Hi, all you awesome second graders. Good morning to Marche and Braylon and DeCarlo. Hi to Jasmine and Flowerbell and Harrison. And hello to Egypt and Messiah. I'm so happy that you are here with me doing this work. We are looking today at week 7 from May the 4th through May the 8th. And the first page of your packet shows some expectations and some tools, place value chart, 100 board. Those are the helpers for you. We'll just jump right in here. Page 1 of your packet this week. It says, skip counting backwards by tens. Okay, grade 2 number charts. We're going to count by -10 from 990, huge number, all the way down to 0, just taking off 10 every time. So if I'm taking off 10, is anything going to happen to my units place? Nope, I'm not changing that at all. I'm just taking away 10 bars. Now, every time we take away 10 bars, we know we'll have to break down 100 to get a few more 10 bars to take away. So here, there are only 9 tens in the number 990. So after I take away 9 of those tens, I'll have to break my 100 in order to keep taking off 10 bars. Does that make sense? Because we are going to do our exchanging. Let's do just that first row together. Okay? So I'm going to start with the number 990, and I'm going to identify there are 9 tens in there, and when I take one of those tens away, I will have 8 tens. So my number will be 980. Okay? Then if I was to take one of those tens away, I would have 7 tens, and my number, my hundreds didn't change yet, my units didn't change yet, my number is 970. 7 tens in that number. I'm going to take one away. I'll be left with 6 tens. 960. 6 tens. I'm going to take another 10 away. 950. Take another 10 away. 940. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. There we go. Take off another 10. 930. Take another 10. 920. Take another 10. I'll only have 1 10 left. 910. If I take that 10 away, I have the number 900. Okay? Now I look and I want to take a 10 away, but I don't have any 10s in this number 900. So actually over here to the side, I'm going to think about exchanging, and if I think about this number, it's just like having 9 red 100 stamps and no blue 10s and no green units, and I need to get some blue 10s. I know that there are blue 10s stuck inside of my 100. So I'm going to take one of my 100 stamps, so that means I'll take one of these away. That leaves me with only 8 of them, right? When you take one away from 9, it leaves me with 800 stamps. And then that 100 I took away from my 100s pile, I break it up, and I'm going to get 10 10s. So now I have, instead of just 0 10s, I've got 10 little blue 10s there. I still have no units, and since I'm not doing anything with units, I don't need to get any. Okay? So I just exchanged 100 for my 10s. Now, when I take one of these 10s away, I've got 10 10s. Take one away, because that's what I'm doing the whole time. Take away a 10, take away a 10, take away a 10. When I take one away, I'll have how many left? 9. So I'll have 800s, 9 10s, because I took one away, and still 0 units. The whole time, 0 units. And look, 800s, 9 10s, 0 units. So you're going to do that every time we get down to a whole 100, we're going to need to do the exchanging so that we can take a 10 away. And you are going to do this until you have taken away a 10, a 10, a 10, until you get down to 0, till we have nothing left. The last thing you'll do, you'll have a 10, take it away, you have 0. Counting backwards by tens. Your next page, subtraction with numbers up to 20, no regrouping. So on the last page where we had to regroup some hundreds to get some tens for our subtraction, this page says right here, no regrouping. We should not have to exchange at all. You're doing subtraction, taking away with numbers up to 20. So you're going to use all your strategies that you can think of. Here's 20, take away 10. We know that 20 is 2 tens, and we're just asking us to take one of those away. You'll have 1 10 left. How do you write 1 10? Put it on the line, okay? Look at how interesting some of these are. 13, which is a 10 and 3 units, take away 3, which is 3 units. If I have a 10 and 3 units, and I take the 3 units away, what do I have left? A 10. So some of these should be pretty easy for you. Use the strategies, use your place value strategies that you know, and subtract with numbers up to 20. No exchange, no regrouping. The next page is your Ela passage for the week. Read the passage and answer questions. Here is the title in bold. I'm going to go ahead and read it out loud. You can follow along with me right now, or you can pause the video, read to yourself, and then read again with Miss Camille. The pitch and volume of sound. Sound can be measured. Some sounds are low. Some sounds are high. Pitch is how low or high a sound is. An object or instrument that vibrates very slowly makes a sound with a low pitch. One that vibrates very quickly makes a sound with a high pitch. Have you ever noticed the different instruments that play in an orchestra? Sound travels in waves. The vibrations from the instruments reach your ear. You hear them as sound. The bigger an instrument is, the lower the sound that it makes. A tiny flute called a piccolo has a very high pitch. A full-size flute has a much lower pitch. A violin's pitch is higher than a viola or bass. A trumpet's pitch is higher than a tuba's. Volume is different than pitch. You can use more or less volume to make a sound. You can make music or your voice louder or softer. So that's the volume. Volume and pitch work together to make sounds. Next time you hear an instrument play, listen to the radio, or even just listen to someone's voice as they talk or sing. See if you can hear the difference between the volume and the pitch. Okay, so in my mind, after I read, I'm going to try to make connections to things that I know and see if I really understand. So I'm thinking pitch, they said, is the high and low sound. So a high pitch is a very high sound, and a low pitch is a very low sound. But that's different from a volume because volume means loud or soft. So I could have something high that's very quiet, or something high that's very loud. I scared my cat. So the volume, you can have something that's high, that's quiet or loud, and something that's low, that's quiet or loud. So that's how volume and pitch are different, but could work together. Interesting. So now I think I'm ready to answer my questions. What is the measurement of low or high sound called? That's what we just talked about, and it's in the beginning of our story. Number 2, what sound do waves that vibrate quickly make? So you're going to have to go back and look. We did talk about something that's vibrating more slowly, something that's vibrating more quickly, and how that changes the pitch. Number 3, how does sound travel? And they describe that in here when they're talking about in that second paragraph how the sound from an orchestra reaches your ear. Number 4, what pitch would the sound from a large instrument have? Also in that paragraph about the orchestra. Number 5, what pitch would the sound from a small instrument have? Okay, so answer these 5 questions. On the back of that page is your self-assessment. How did I do on this assignment? It was super, I did great, I did my very best. Matt, I did okay, or I think next time I'm going to have to try it just a little bit harder. On the bottom of that page is the beginning of your fine arts directions for this week. And I looked these up because it's kind of interesting. It says using a paper, pencils, markers, and or crayons, students will draw a cat in the style of Laurel Birch, utilizing the art principle of pattern. And so Laurel Birch is the name of the artist right here, Laurel Birch, that we're getting inspired by this week. And she draws all of these. Now it's on my phone, so it's a little bit hard to see, but she draws these full page cat designs, and she makes the outline of a large cat and then fills them in with wonderful, all different kinds of designs, dots and lines and triangles and squiggles. And she is a famous artist who does this work. There was one other one that was really nice and big. It was easy to see, but I was going to this one. Look at that. Whole page. She uses this beautiful blue background color that she then repeats in the cat's eyes, and then this gradient, almost ombre, for the cat's body with the triangles that repeat throughout, and they're larger at the bottom and smaller where it gets away from you a little bit. So she's using this element of pattern. It's not realistic, but it definitely gives depth and interest to her work. So your job is using the template provided in the lesson plan. And so that's if you are on a computer and you can click on this link, okay? Or drawing a cat shape that takes up most of the paper, okay? So you saw in all of those examples, the cat shape was very simple. It was just the outline, but it took up most of the page. Create original patterns and designs then within the cat shape, okay? So I would love, love, love to see your cats when you're done. I think that would be very interesting. Cannot wait to see what you do with that. At the bottom then, so you're working on your cats. Your last assignment on this page is general music. Your directions for this assignment, the students will choose a song and how to respond to it, dance, drama, or visual art. Further instructions are below. You can read the learning outcomes. Here's and the task and the self-assessment. But here are the directions. They start at the bottom and they're going to go to the next page. Choose a song that leaves you feeling inspired to create. Choose a form of creation and follow the instructions. Turn the page. So any song that makes you feel inspired, okay? And then you're going to choose how to express the feelings that you have from the song. You can dance. Use your body movement to demonstrate the meaning of the song, whether it is moving to a story or simply a feeling. Drama. Using a song as a motivation, use your body and imagination to create a small skit or play. So this would have dialogue, words, a little story to it. Or visual art, using a song, draw the image that comes into your head when you are hearing that song. So you can do a piece of art inspired by that song. I would love to see any of your musical creations as well, because I think that will be, I saw some great, Mr. Barnfield is also posting in Schoology, and I saw some wonderful homemade instruments last week or the week before. I would love, love, love to see your dances or plays that you make from music as well. So stay safe, be good, do good work, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.